Mercedes turbo engines. What not to do if you want them to last. Are you sure you're driving your turbo Mercedes the right way?
Have you ever wondered why so many modern Mercedes engines feel powerful and smooth right before something expensive goes wrong? Why do some turbo Mercedes easily pass 200,000 miles, while others struggle far earlier, even with perfect service history?
And which everyday habits quietly shorten turbo life without triggering a single warning light? Before we start, if your goal is to make your Mercedes last far beyond the warranty period and avoid the silent failures most owners never see coming, subscribe now. This channel is about survival, not marketing promises or comforting myths. Modern Mercedes turbo engines are not weak. They are precise, and precision means they react strongly to how they are used. Most turbo failures are not caused by one dramatic mistake. They are caused by thousands of small, normal actions that slowly add stress where drivers don't feel it. The engine keeps running. Power feels fine. Fuel economy looks normal. And damage accumulates quietly. One of the biggest mistakes Mercedes owners make is treating turbo power as always available. Turbocharged engines deliver strong torque at low RPM, which makes the car feel effortless and relaxed. The problem is that low RPM plus heavy throttle creates extremely high cylinder pressures. This is especially true on modern Mercedes petrol and diesel turbo engines tuned for efficiency. When you press hard on the accelerator at low engine speed and high gears, you're asking the turbo to generate boost while the engine is mechanically least prepared to handle it. Rod bearings, pistons, connecting rods, and crankshaft experience high stress during these moments. The engine may feel calm, but internally it is working very hard. Downshifting before accelerating reduces stress dramatically and allows the engine to operate in a healthier range. Another common mistake is misunderstanding oil temperature versus coolant temperature. Many drivers believe the engine is warm once the coolant gauge reaches its normal position. In reality, oil temperature lags behind significantly. Turbochargers rely entirely on oil for lubrication and cooling. Cold oil flows poorly, especially through the tiny passages feeding turbo bearings. Applying boost before oil temperature stabilizes creates microscopic where that builds up over time. This is not dramatic damage. It is slow erosion. Mercedes turbo engines tolerate occasional mistakes, but repeating this habit daily shortens turbo life far more than people expect. Gentle driving until oil temperature is fully stable is one of the simplest ways to extend turbo longevity. Short trips are another silent enemy of turbo engines. Starting the engine, driving for 10 minutes, and shutting it off repeatedly prevents oil from reaching optimal operating condition. Moisture builds up, fuel dilution increases, oil contamination accelerates. Turbochargers are especially sensitive to degraded oil quality because their bearings spin at extremely high speeds. Even if oil changes are performed on schedule, constant short trips degrade oil faster than service intervals assume. This is why some turbos fail despite proper maintenance. The maintenance schedule did not account for how the car was actually used. Shutdown habits are another critical area where many Mercedes owners unintentionally harm their turbo engines. After highway driving, uphill climbs, or spirited acceleration, turbo temperatures are very high. Shutting the engine off immediately stops oil circulation while heat remains trapped inside the turbo housing. This can cause oil to carbonize inside the bearings, slowly restricting lubrication. The result is not immediate failure. It is gradual oil starvation that shows up months or years later. Allowing the engine to idle briefly after hard driving helps stabilize temperatures and protects the turbo. This does not mean long idle periods are required. Even a short pause makes a meaningful difference over time. Fuel quality plays a larger role in turbo health than many drivers realize. Modern Mercedes turbo engines rely on precise combustion control. Poor fuel quality forces the engine management system to reduce timing and increase protective strategies. While this prevents immediate damage, it raises exhaust gas temperatures and increases thermal stress on the turbo. Repeated use of low-quality fuel contributes to carbon buildup, heat retention, and long-term wear. The engine adapts, but adaptation is not the same as protection. Another overlooked issue is constant light throttle cruising in high gears at very low RPM. Many drivers believe this is the gentlest way to drive. In reality, Turbo engines prefer moderate RPM under light load rather than very low RPM under constant boost. Lugging the engine gently but continuously keeps boost active longer than necessary, increasing heat exposure. Using the transmission intelligently allows the turbo to work less while maintaining smooth driving. Start-stop systems also influence turbo longevity more than people expect. While start-stop is designed to improve efficiency, frequent hot shutdowns in traffic can interrupt oil flow repeatedly while the turbo is still warm. Mercedes systems are well engineered, but driving context matters. In heavy traffic after sustained driving, disabling start-stop temporarily can reduce unnecessary thermal cycling. This is not about turning the system off permanently. It is about understanding when it helps and when it adds stress. Many owners also misunderstand the relationship between driving modes and turbo behavior. Sport and Sport Plus modes sharpen throttle response and allow higher boost earlier. This is not harmful by itself, but using aggressive modes when oil is cold or during short trips increases wear. Eco modes, on the other hand, sometimes encourage low RPM operation under load, which can increase stress if combined with heavy throttle. The mode itself is not the problem. Using the wrong mode at the wrong time is. Carbon buildup is another long-term issue for turbo engines, especially direct injection petrol units. Short trips, low temperatures, and frequent idling accelerate deposit formation. These deposits disrupt airflow and combustion, forcing the turbo to work harder to achieve the same performance. Over time, this increases thermal stress and reduces efficiency. Preventing carbon buildup is largely about driving habits, not additives. Many turbo failures blamed on bad engineering are actually the result of cumulative stress. The engine does not suddenly fail. It slowly loses margin. Oil passages narrow. Bearings wear. Heat management becomes less effective. By the time symptoms appear, the process has been ongoing for a long time. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Mercedes turbo engines last when they are treated as precision systems, not as endlessly flexible machines. They need clean oil, stable temperatures, intelligent gear selection, proper warm-up, and thoughtful shutdown habits. None of this requires extreme discipline. It requires awareness. Here is the Mercedes turbo survival rule. Turbo engines do not fail because of power. They fail because of heat, pressure, and oil quality interacting over time. Reduce unnecessary stress, and the turbo lasts far longer than its reputation suggests. Many high-mileage Mercedes turbos did not survive because of luck. They survived because their owners unknowingly did the right things consistently. Smooth acceleration, patient warm-up, quality fuel, intelligent driving modes, and respect for heat management make a measurable difference. Mercedes turbo engines are not fragile. They are unforgiving of ignorance disguised as normal driving. If you want your Mercedes turbo to remain quiet, responsive, and reliable well past 200,000 miles, your habits matter more than any single repair or service visit. In the next episode, we will expose Mercedes maintenance mistakes that look correct on paper but quietly shorten engine life in the real world. Things owners do with confidence, believing they are protecting the car, while unknowingly doing the opposite. Your turbo is always responding to how you drive. The only question is whether you are helping it survive or slowly wearing it down.